You might be familiar with F1 as a sport. Let us understand the business that revolves around it. But first, we will know a bit more about this different sport, Formula 1.
And now he finds himself alongside Michael Schumacher as top in the record books. The World Championship record is equalled. Lewis Hamilton wins the Turkish Grand Prix and is a 7-time champion of the world.
It is said that automobile racing has existed since the invention of automobile itself, but the first recorded event took place in 1867 in England. Since then, auto racing started occurring in European countries. The first American automobile race was held on the Thanksgiving Day in 1895. The press coverage of this event aroused significant American interest in the sport. Over the decades, it evolved to what we today know as Formula 1. In India too, there were plans to host race events since 1997, but the first race took place in 2011 in Buddha International Circuit. Formula 1 is the greatest open-wheel single-seat racing motorsport globally and one of the most watched sporting events in the world. The name Formula 1 comes from the set of rules to which all participants and cars must conform, making it the Formula, and 1 because it is the premier Formula racing event. An F1 season consists of series of races held in different countries called Grand Prix. Each GP event consists of practice sessions followed by qualifying sessions. Ranking from qualifying sessions form the grid position of the drivers for the main race. These events occur from Friday through Sunday and is called the race weekend. The results of each GP held over the course of the season are combined to determine 2 annual championships, one for the drivers and one for car constructors. Over the years, many prominent racing drivers have won the World's Driver Championship. Schumacher and Hamilton hold the record of winning the championship highest number of times, 7 each. And the most successful car constructor team is Ferrari, winning the Constructor Championship title for 16 times. An interesting fact is, there was an Indian team in Formula 1 called Force India, owned by Vijay, Mallya and Sahara. It existed in the years 2008 to 2017 and was doing well, but as you would have guessed it, because of the financial troubles with the owners, the team was sold to Lawrence Stroll, which further gave rise to Ashton Martin. Revenue streams of F1. The owner of F1 is Liberty Media. It is a US based media firm that had bought F1 in 2017 for $4.4 billion. Currently, the value of Formula 1 is more than $15 billion. F1 has become an industry in itself. It is a massive business and has multiple revenue streams. F1's largest revenue comes from the sale of television rights. F1 handles all the TV logistics by itself and TV networks have to pay a hefty price. US and Europe are 2 regions from where F1 generates its most TV revenue. There are more than 450 million viewers every year in one complete season. Then comes the race sanctioning fees. This is the fee for hosting an F1 race. Every venue in the world has to pay massive fee to F1 for adding their location in the racing events calendar. F1's significant revenue also comes from the sale of the tickets which the venues have to share with Formula 1. F1 also generates its revenue from sponsorship deals. There are over 300 brands, each spending in millions of US dollars for advertising their brands on different parts of these high performing vehicles. Now we don't know the exact contribution of these revenue streams because of the confidentiality clauses. Revenue streams of F1 teams. Part of the revenue of F1 teams comes from F1 itself in the form of Concord Agreement. According to this agreement, every team at the end of season gets an equal share of F1's earnings. Another part of F1 team's revenue is calculated according to the rankings at the end of each season, with the winner taking the largest share and others getting lesser at each step. Another source of revenue for the teams are the sponsorship deals. Every year, teams receive money from 10 to 20 sponsors that pay hefty fees to the teams. Without sponsors paying big bucks, teams would not have enough money to show up at the tracks. Another stream of revenue for F1 teams comes from drivers themselves. Drivers have to pay to the teams to get behind the wheels. Those drivers who can't afford millions of dollars can use their sponsorship money from cash-rich sponsors. Here's how drivers earn for a living. All drivers get salary from the teams, even those who pay to drive. All drivers are also allowed to pursue personal endorsements with different brands. Drivers also enjoy hefty bonuses from their teams for scoring race wins, securing pole positions and fastest laps. All these bonuses and salaries are kept under wraps. However, it is said that Hamilton's salary could be around $40 million a year. Formula 1 is a massive business. However, F1 business can sometimes be ruthless for the team owners, as there have been teams going bankrupt because of huge losses year on year. This is because the growth of F1 around the globe and other cost-cutting ideas like introduction of budget caps for building vehicles. Formula 1 is a different sport. Its application has been adopted outside F1 as well. Here's how its innovation made it to the road and elsewhere. A hell lot of R&D is done every year on the engines used in F1 cars, providing greater thermal efficiency. These engines are also used in regular commercial vehicles. The KERS technology, which was introduced for F1 cars, is used in many mainstream vehicles. This regenerative braking system allows vehicles to recover excess braking energy, making cars more fuel efficient and improving overall performance. EVs also use this technology. The use of carbon fiber chassis was first tested by McLaren team in 1980s. It is widely used today in mainstream vehicles. Carbon fiber has properties of being light and weight, yet improving performance and fuel efficiency. The use of F1 has also found its way beyond roads. In one of the Britain's hospitals for children, the doctors saw F1 pit stop process as analogous to efforts of the hospital staff. They approached the Ferrari team, and as a result, the hospital reported improved patient safety and reduction in error rates from 30% to 10%. Other places where F1 tech is used are development of 5G infrastructure for commuting, active suspension, paddle shifters. It is also surprising to know that rear view mirror, push button ignition and button on steering wheels were first developed by F1 teams. Before Liberty Media took over F1, the viewership of the sport kept decreasing year on year. No one knew the reason for it, as everyone thought that speed was the thing that thrilled the users, but F1 was faster than ever then. After Liberty Media took over the business in 2017, it introduced eSport League streaming platform and launched a Netflix documentary series. It was the documentary series Drive to Survive which helped F1 revive its viewership and go beyond. Drive to Survive became one of the most watched series on Netflix that year. F1 was popular sport in UK and Europe traditionally, but it was this docu-series which brought immense popularity of F1 in the United States as well. All this helped F1 grow its unique viewers from 352 million viewers in 2017 to 445 million in 2021. Also, the interest of the sport has been seen increasing in women as well. In India too, audience for this sport is increasing significantly. Further, to add new fans, F1 does a lot of brainstorming, like choosing strategic venues, introducing at least one female race driver in each team, limiting the cost of manufacturing a race car to make the league more competitive, as it makes F1 a level playing field, developing more efficient engines and using cleaner fuels. It is very surprising to know how Liberty Media Corporation used digital media to grow a business like Formula 1, as the growth is primarily driven by social media content. It was a bold gamble by the company, but Liberty Media, being a mass media company, has turned the tables for good. This was all about F1 and its business. Until next time, thank you.